Hello everyone, my name is Maxime Gauthier. I'm the game designer of Hellbringer, and today I'm doing a video explaining you exactly how to set up the game for the camping version. So let's say that you just received the game and you want to exactly set up the game and be as efficient as possible. This is the video for you. So without further ado, let's just get started. All right, so we're here with the Hellbringer game already placed over here. So I'm just gonna name all of the stuff on the table, so that's gonna be easier for you to understand what is the day that you should have before preparing everything. So first of all, we have the player board and the stat section. We have over here the deck holder with all the common cards on it. This is the damage dice and the acid dice, and we've got here the enemy dice. Here is the enemy board. So this is a setup for the a solo play of the Hellbringer. So if you're playing in co-op, you're gonna add another section into the middle of this board. So over here is the both expansion. So I'm gonna go back later on them, and here I have the camping booklet and the tracking sheet over here. You can see, and all these cards over here. So this is the starter monster, the monster. These are the demon, secret portal, and the moose cards. All the combat cards, including the showdown cards and the combat cards, the thome summary cards, which I will just remove it right away because I will not be using them. And over here is all the classes and starter cards. Here is the location cards, and there's a bunch in them because they happen to be from the quest and even expansion. And finally, we have the town portal that comes from the loot and merchant expansion. So over here on the first expansion is the loot uh, at the very left, and here is the merchant cards. Finally, we have the last expansion with this little barrel over here, which is the event cards. So now that I've named everything, I will finally start to just place everything. So I just want to warn you that I might not be doing exactly in order what it says into the rule book. So if you'd like to really go step by step, you can always just go into the rule book and check it out. But the goal is just to have all these items, these components placed into a certain way that the game will be created and you'll be able to start. So without further ado, let's get started. So first of all, we're gonna start with the monster draw pile. So what we have to do is just take all the monster, which is represented by this icon over here. So this is the monster with the big horns. If you've got a smaller one, these are the starter cards. So we just shuffle them, and I'm not gonna waste like a lot of time shuffling these cards. So just gonna place them on the left bottom side of the enemy board. The starter monster are gonna be shuffled, but we're gonna place them aside. We're gonna use them later on. After that, just gonna place this on the side and just move it on just so you guys can actually see what I will be doing over here. There you go. So now the next thing that we want to do is place and take the location cards. So the location card, we have the graveyard that is always placed on the bottom right of the enemy board. So we're just going to place this card over here, and we're going to apply its effect at the very end. And we're going to take all the stairway cards that we're going to place aside for now, like just over here. All the other cards, the Catacomb, Crypt, Pits, Mines, Cave, Necropolis, Nether, Abyss, Hell, Altar, Mausoleum, and Tomb, are placed aside near the enemy board. We're gonna use them later, but not for now. Actually, not for the game setup. So, with that done, I'm gonna take the combat cards and shuffle them. So as you can see, there's some showdown cards and some combat cards. So both of these cards are considered combat cards. So showdown is just like a variant of the combat card. You can see that this is pretty much the same art, except this one is green and this one is red. So you shuffle them, and we're gonna place them aside for now. So now we're gonna create a total of 5 piles. But to do so, we have to pick first our common pile. So the common cards, sorry. So the common cards is represented by this icon over here, which is the little potion, buckler, which is the defense card, the companion icon, enchantment, items, and finally the skills. So all these cards are common cards. So you should end up with a big deck of all these cards. So you can shuffle all of them. What I actually do to shuffle them well is just create like 4 piles. And after that, once completed, I shuffle all of them and place them, like stacking them like that, just to really like shuffle them really good. So once this is being completed, I will give all the players 4 cards in hand. So I'm gonna give me myself a total of 4 cards. And if you have the mule, so this one is placed over here. So if you have the mule, and I'm gonna place the starter elixir right next to it. So if you activate the mule into the bonus on the tracking sheet, I'm just gonna get back to it later, you will take a total of 4 cards. So I'm just gonna do it right away because that's gonna be much simpler to explain you exactly how it works. And we're gonna place 4 cards revealed for it. All right, so with that completed, now we will create our dungeon. Oh, and I totally forgot, I need to take the town portal over here. So this is something special with the expansion. So you have to take all the town portal cards. So what we want to do is create a total of 5 piles. So in each of these 4 piles, we're gonna have to put a total of 4 cards plus 1 per player. So for me, since I'm playing solo, that's gonna be a total of 5 cards in each of these piles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've got a total of 4 piles with 5 cards in each. And the last one, which is the 5th pile, is going to have all the remaining cards of the common cards. So after that, we have to take the combat cards and add 1 per player on each of these piles. So for me, that's going to be just 1. If we're playing at 4 player, that's going to be a total of 4 cards on each of these piles. So 1 card on each. And you can remove all the remaining combat cards. After that, we're going to add the tome cards on each of these piles. So first, we're going to start with the tome 2 at the very left, tome 3, tome 4, and tome 5. Finally, we're going to add the town portal cards, not on the first one, on the second one, third, and fourth, And finally, the last one is going to be placed in the last pile. So it's kind of really hard to, uh, place a card and shuffle well again. So what I just tried to do is just like not look and stop at somewhere and just put it there. So that's how I do usually. I can shuffle a little bit, but I don't really care. There you go. All right, so with that completed, I need to put a stairway card under each of these piles. I take each of these piles except for the stairway cards and shuffle them and place them on top of the stairway. So the stairway needs to be placed under each of these piles. If you want to really shuffle well, you just don't have to look to your cards, because if you have, like, I don't know, a double-sided card that you can see, you'll try to, just shuffle it again until you have a normal card on top of it. So there you go. So now I have, again, a total of 5 piles, and I'll take the last one, the 4th one, and place it on top of the 5th one, and do it for the 3rd one, 2nd one, and 1st one. So this is how you create the dungeon that you will dive in. So I'll just place it back there. There you go. This is my dungeon. Right. So we do have some cards left again. So I'll have to select the first demon, which is the succubus, because this is the campaign that we'll be doing. So just gonna place succubus over here and place all the other demon cards into the box. I'm gonna take this over here, and there's gonna be all these cards remaining here. So we've got the starter elixir. I'm just gonna get back to it. Just like the mule, we need to activate it on the bonus to get it into our hands. So I'll get back to it soon. And we've got also the secret portal that you can't use on your first round and the first scenario of the game. So just put that aside. And now, before we select our class, I'll just finish up with the remaining expansion over there. And finally, we're just going to finish everything in front of us and be ready in a few seconds. So I'll just take the event draw pile and shuffle it. That's it. Do the same thing for both of these. So there you go for the loot pile, and finally the merchant draw pile. There you go. So everything has been shuffled, and now let's go through the tracking sheet over here. So I'm not going to explain all of these, but I'll try to explain to you how this sheet works. So all the information about how to set up the scenario, the bonus, and all this stuff is in front of it. So this is the tracking sheet. All the information is over here. And after that, you've got all the bonus that you can unlock. And on the other side, you will be able to fill it with your information. So let's say I'm playing Max and I'll be using the sorcerer. And let's say that I take a quick look at the tracking sheet just to read you exactly what I need to do for my first scenario. So during the first scenario of the campaign, select and unlock 3 bonuses of different categories and apply them instantly. Immediately after completing a scenario and before resetting the current game, unlock and apply a new bonus from the available choices. If a scenario is lost, players may rearrange one of the earned bonus and then restart the scenario until they are victorious. And in co-op, all players are affected by the selection of this bonus, and only one bonus is selected when a scenario is completed. So let's jump in. So for now, I can unlock 3 bonus, and they can't be in the same, not in the same square, but they can't be, uh, I don't know how to call it, but they can't have like lines that join them. So we have experience, perk, skill, companion, and mule. So we can select 3. I'm gonna select the 3 that I think are the most useful. So that's gonna be perk 1, mule, and starter elixir. And that's up to you if you want to start with 1 XP, 1 skill, companion, whatever. You select whatever you wish to unlock on the first game. So with that completed, so since I've checked the starter elixir, I will add this card into my hand. And since I've checked mule, I'll reveal the mule over here with 4 cards, which I already completed. If you didn't check them, you don't have to do these steps. All right, so with that completed, I can just put this card, this tracking sheet over here. And now I will select my class. Of course, I've already told you that I will be using the sorcerer. So all the other class I'll just place inside the box. If no players select them. And now I will place sorcerer in front of me here. I will pick the only perk that I can select for now, which is I do have a total of 3 over here. So we've got adaptation, guardian spirit, domination. So this is level 1, 2, and 3. So since I've only unlocked the level 1, all the others are placed aside. And I can place the perk at the right over here. If you have the playmat, you can just place it on the correct spot. And finally, we can select one of these 2 cards. We've got the Sorcerer's Staff or the Sorcerer's Lightning, that we can pick one of these. If you've taken the planning bonus, you can take both and start with both of them. So for me, I'm just going to start with the Sorcerer's Staff, and the Sorcerer's Lightning is going to be placed inside the box again. So I should end up with all of these cards into my hand. So now, right now, I have a total of 6 because of the starter elixir, which is normal. And I have this starter card and 4 of these cards over here. So all of these cards will start in my hand. And now the last thing that I need to apply before everything is set up is the graveyard over here. So what it says is that I need to shuffle and place 2 starter monster plus 2 per players. That's a total of 4 over here while I'm playing solo. And I will place them on top of the monster drop pile and remove the remaining cards from the game. And I'll need to reveal 3 of these cards. So 3 are drawn, and we reveal them, place them according to our perception. And since I didn't do it, I'll just write it down over here. There you go. So I've got a total of 3. The Wraith is placed in the out of sight zone, and all these 2 monsters are in front of me. One last thing that I can add is that if you're playing, you can place these cards like that. So right now, because I'm recording, this is pretty much useless, but it's really nice to just place the cards into this little hole into the enemy board. You can really have like a better, I don't know, better feeling of the game, because you see really well the enemies. It's like giving a 3D view of them. So anyway, so the game is all set up, and normally all that you have left is to start your game with the player at the very right of the enemy board. So a quick reminder that I can add is that you can, not you can, but you'll have to draw one event card at the very beginning of each of your turn. And if you kill a monster, you'll have to draw one loot card and place the card into your XP zone. So that's pretty much how you do it. All right, so hope you guys this little video explaining you exactly how to set up the game. Hope this was really informative. Hope this is really clear on how to set up the game. Uh, all I can add is that there's a new rule book available on the website. So sadly, well, the rule book was not perfect, and a lot of people complain about how hard it was to set up the game and just try to figure out what is what. So I've tried to, with a bunch of players on the Discord server, I've tried to remove some of these flaws, and hopefully that's going to help new players and older players of Hellbringer, and maybe help you into setuping the game and maybe had more fun than normally. So anyway, so hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like this, you can always leave a little thumbs up. That always help with the algorithm. If you want to see more of these videos, you can join the YouTube YouTube channel, and join any of the social media available over here, which is hellbringergame.com/linktree. We've got all the different social media of Hellbringer, and you can join the Discord server there. There's a bunch of veteran players available to answer all your questions, and of course me that can again answer all your questions. So hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you for watching.